Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adrian and my partner Arlo have created a design proposal using various design analysis methods to better improve the cycling network connecting students to and from Swinburne University to the city. The scope of our proposal will focus on the connection between Swinburne and the city, predominantly along the span of Burwood Road. Throughout our site analysis, we identified our start and end point at the Swinburne campus, then identified the potential barriers along the journey such as the train line and the Yarra River. We surveyed multiple students who cycled to campus and asked what their preferred route home was, and 80% said along Burwood Road. Further research from the Australian Bike Spot Archive helped us locate roads and parks with existing dedicated bike paths, as well as unsafe hotspots in the area. Using these hotspots, we asked cyclists their opinions on some of these spots, and here are the quotes to follow. We then created our own survey criteria based on these responses to create design iterations to then be ranked against these criteria, scoring each section out of 5. The criteria sections focused on connectivity and accessibility, user experience, urban and environmental impacts, and overall safety. The first iteration aimed at utilising the preferred path and designing along Burwood Road. One option here was moving street parking one lane over and implementing a dedicated bike lane equipped with safety barriers. Ranked through our survey, this option scored a 17 out of 20, with few answers thinking it would not be ideal to remove car lanes on the road. Option 2 on Burwood Road was designing an overhead dedicated bike lane with column structures built along the centre of the road or on the edge of street parking lanes, scoring a 13 out of 20. Iteration 2 worked to construct a dedicated bike lane along the side of the railway line, utilising an existing structural network to connect cyclists to their homes. Our survey responses questioned the practicality of bike lanes along the side of a railway when it moves below ground and the overall safety of cycling so close to trains. This iteration scored a 12 out of 20. Our third design iteration aimed at taking cyclists away from Burwood Road, as this road, as previously shown, has plenty of unsafe hotspots. This design worked to fill in the gaps between existing cycling paths to create a safer route. Equipped with bridges over roads in instances with unsafe road crossing, this iteration scored an 18 out of 20.
With a few modifications, Iteration 3 became our chosen design option. We then identified 3 key interventions along this route that had to be analysed and addressed. This process was completed using a gradient analysis in 3ds Max. The gradient analysis allowed it to alter paths, ramps and bridges while complying with the Australian standards acceptable gradient slope. The first intervention shows the cyclist not being able to safely ride down across the Yarra River connecting the Yarra Bend paths. We then had to manipulate the path to create a suitable bridge from Burwood Road over the Yarra River safely, moving paths vertex points till the bridge would be acceptable to pass. The current cycling paths between Grace Park and St James Park are separated by a road with no crossing and the Hawthorn main drain. A bridge over this road and above the drain would safely connect cyclists to these paths without having to cross any roads in an unsafe way. The existing simulation shows cyclists' journey coming to an end at this junction due to cars. And through manipulation of the ramp vertices, keeping with the acceptable gradient slope, is a bridge able to be constructed over this junction. Intervention 3. The final intervention focuses on connection to Swinburne and the implementation of end-of-journey facilities for our cyclists to the adjoining car park grounds. The path through Swinburne campus to the train station in Glenferrie Road is extremely narrow, making it difficult for cyclists and pedestrians to occupy the path simultaneously. Here the simulation now shows the bike path above the pedestrian path and safely connecting to the end-of-journey facilities. The final renders depict the interventions coming to life. End-of-journey facilities include such amenities as bike parking, change rooms, showers, and bike repair stations. A safe overhead path also ensures safe access between cyclists, pedestrians, and vehicles.